Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. I am doing another pick a card reading for you today. Happy 2023, new year vibes. It's collective year number 7. I am just so excited for what's in store this year, so I thought that it would be a great idea to do a pick a card reading about what you need to hear right now about how to make this year the best year possible for you, right? What you're learning, what you're releasing, all that good stuff. It's kind of just an overall message that you need to hear at this moment, okay? So I have 4 piles today. I have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So take the time now to pause, meditate on the piles if you need to, and select the pile that you feel most drawn towards. And I will leave the timestamps in the description box below, and I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this crystal here, it's this amethyst, as well as this deck, then this is your reading, messages you need to hear at this time, okay? So I'm doing this reading a little bit differently. I don't know, I'm just going with what I feel like doing, and I really hope that, I'm just going to tilt this a little bit. I really hope that these messages resonate with you, but this is just a message that you need to hear at this moment, okay? I'm going to be using a lot of oracle cards. I'm also going to be using some books as well that I have. Oh, I only have 3. I meant to grab 4. Essentially with the books, each pile has a book, and I'm just going to flip through randomly, and whatever page it lands on, that's the message for you. So I'm really excited about this, and of course I'm going to use the Astro Dice because I love my Astro Dice. So pile number 1, what I'm going to do is, you know, tap into your collective energy. Remember, this is a collective reading. Alright, please Spirit, tap me into the collective energy of pile number 1. What is the energy that pile number 1 is currently dealing with, please Spirit? Alright, we have Saturn, the 8th house, and Leo energy. Okay, so some of you could be going through your Saturn return. Saturn could be transit your 8th house at this time. But what I'm hearing is a lot of you are going through a transformation at this time. There is this transformation that you're going through, this rebirth, if you will. And you're learning a lot of lessons, and you know, you're going through a lot of challenges because it's pushing you towards this rebirth of self. And this rebirth of self is very highly connected to your self-expression as well. Some of you may have been holding yourself back creatively, or some of you could have been holding yourself back when it comes to expressing yourself fully, being authentic to who you are. And also in your dating life, there could be challenges and blockages right now, and in your intimate life. Some of you could also be dealing with challenges and blockages when it comes to shared finances with someone, or investments, or, you know, maybe you're struggling with loss of some sort, or feeling this heaviness of a loss is something that I'm also picking up on. But ultimately, what I'm hearing is these challenges, these setbacks, these delays, these blockages, they're not meant to destroy you. They're not meant for any of that, right? It's meant, they're happening to get you more connected with yourself, with who you really are at your core. And you're learning so much through whatever it is you're going through. And I know sometimes that's not very comforting to hear, but there is a huge transformation happening in your life right now. And on the other side of this transformation, on the other side of these challenges, as you learn the lessons, there is so much potential for you. There is so much recognition, acknowledgement, you know, eyes on you. You're able to express yourself, be creative, have more fun in life, enjoy the pleasures in life, because right now it may feel as if you're really not enjoying much, truly, because of this Saturn energy. I'm picking up on, like, this is a heavy time for you guys right now, and rightfully so. For whatever you're going through, I'm sending so much love your way. But I'm gonna dive deeper into this. So let's start by doing a little divination with a book. Okay, so this is the book that I have for you, pile number 1. So I'm just gonna flip. Please, Spirit, show me the page that pile number 1 needs to hear right now. What message does pile number 1 need to hear right now? Okay. Oh, can I kid you not? The Creator. The Creator. Okay, pile number 1. What was I just saying? Your creative abilities. You're meant to create, okay? The artist, the alchemist, the innovator, the creator, the first archetype in the trio of existence, is not intimidated by darkness or by lack. They know that from the void, creation inevitably emerges. With meager, minimal, and outlandish materials, the Creator reveals a new image. They make the empty room resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the seed that others tossed away. Though generative, this archetype annihilates preconceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of its destruction. The Creator does this by first being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different, and second, trusting that a force greater than themselves awaits constant collaboration with each human soul. Whether we call it nature, God, goddess, divinity, whatever it may be, it remains nameless. It is the Creator's lifelong companion. When light, curious, playful, open, surprising, when dark, loses spark, feels burdened. That's that Saturn energy, okay? Go deeper. The Creator is naturally attractive as its energy zings with possibility. You can feel when a creator type enters the room. All eyes land on them. You are a creator. To increase your creator energy, ward off jadedness at all costs. Recommit to childlike curiosity and nix the rules. Spirit is saying, you know, tap into your creative energy. Become the creator of your own life. You are the creator of your own life. And that's something that I feel like you have to remember, because your actions, right, your thoughts then turn into actions, which then those actions create your life. And as you recognize this, it gives you more power over your thoughts and over your actions, because now you're realizing that you are the one holding the pen. So what you're learning right now is you're learning how to face obstacles and see the possibility through the challenges, the opportunity through the challenges. There's opportunity for growth, there's opportunity for learning, there's opportunity for healing, and then there's opportunity to create a new version of self, okay? I think that's a powerful message to start off with, and I'm wow, really not surprised at all that that was the page I landed on. And so let's see, we have Leo energy, okay, but what other zodiac signs do we have? We have Scorpio, we have Taurus, Scorpio again, Taurus again, oh wow, Leo again. Okay, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. I'm gonna just take that. If that's not your zodiac sign, no worries, okay? Doesn't mean that this message is not for you. It's just additional confirmation. And your angel number for pile number 1, 5, 1, 7. 517. Okay, so search that. See if that resonates at all. I'm going to put this back on. It was the 8th house, right? Yeah. Alright. So before I dive into this deck, I kind of want to see, I'm going to use this one to see what it is you need to let go of. Because the 8th house, I think, also talks a lot about letting go. So I want to see what you need to let go of a little bit. So we're going to dive into that. What does pile number 1 need to let go of, please, Spirit? Willpower. Okay. So this is interesting. When I ask what you need to let go of, willpower, I'm hearing that you need to surrender control a little bit. I feel as if there's certain situations in your life that may appear and you try to control them a little bit too much. You try to control the outcomes too much to the point where you're actually self-sabotaging yourself when you're trying to control. So I'm hearing surrender a little bit to what is happening in your life right now and accept what is happening, or what is, right? Surrender to what is right now and be more present and be more in flow, and kind of let go a little bit of any control that you might be feeling. Any control that you might be feeling like you need to have over certain situations, and have more fun, right? Because when you're in this very controlling energy, it's really hard to be present and to actually have fun. What else about letting go for pile number 1, please, Spirit? What else can you let go of? Domestic harmony. Okay, interesting. So this situation that you're going through could also be kind of affecting your home life a little bit. And what I'm hearing is surrender to, like, okay, I'm hearing that, all right, this is what it is. So for some of you, I'm getting like there's 2 types of people watching this possibly. So for some of you, you're the kind of person who likes to provide solutions. You want to fix things. Maybe you grew up in an environment where you felt like you always had to play the mediator. You always had to keep the peace. You always had to try to fix things. So subconsciously, in your relationships with other people, you may create chaos so that you can then provide a solution and try to fix it. Like, I'm hearing that your soul subconsciously enjoys fixing problems or enjoys the chaos, even if right now you're not enjoying whatever you're going through. But I feel like because you've been so used to chaos all your life, or you've been used to fixing people or being the person that provides solutions, that you subconsciously create problems, create chaos, so that you can then figure out how to fix it, because that's something you subconsciously like to do. And you may not even be aware of this, right? It could be a self-sabotaging technique of yours. So maybe at home, you're subconsciously creating like unexpected problems within your home, or within whatever it may be, within your environment, that you're not even realizing, you know, the self-sabotaging ways. Now, for others of you, I'm hearing like something about your home life is something you're needing to let go of, whether it's you're in an environment that is not healthy for you, you're in a home that's not healthy for you, you're in a toxic situation, and you're trying to like push through it, but maybe it's really just not meant for you. You have to listen to your intuition on this one, okay? That's so important. And I'm also hearing like maybe your environment right now feels chaotic. It doesn't feel like it's peaceful. It doesn't feel like it's organized, whatever it may be. There's a sense of chaos to it, or a sense of needing to switch it up a little bit. Whether it's, you know, you're starting to look for a new house, or whether it's you're cleaning your house, you're getting more organized, you're becoming more disciplined in your environment, because we are so sensitive to our environment. And oftentimes our environment is a reflection of how we feel within. So if we can become aware of that, we can become aware that we need to start working on ourselves a little bit more, bringing more peace to ourselves. And one way to do that is making sure our environment is reflecting a peaceful state that we want to feel within. Okay, so let's see now what you need to tap more into. What does pile number 1 need to tap more into, please, Spirit? Whoa. Okay, yeah, you need to tap more into your inspiration and confidence, okay? Maybe for a while you've been lacking confidence, you've been lacking motivation, you've been feeling very uninspired because of this Saturn energy that you're dealing with. And again, that message that I was reading before about, you know, realizing that there isn't, like, not focusing on what you lack, right? Because when we focus on what we lack, we get more unmotivated because we start realizing that, like, maybe we're not where we want to be. So you really have to kind of take your focus away from what is not working out right now. Take your focus away from what is lacking. Take your focus away from what is, you know, holding you back, and try to find inspiration within you, because the inspiration lies within you. In this card, you can see that the spark, the fire, the flame is within. So you're needing to go more within, and you're needing to be more, I'm hearing, like, be easy on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Embrace your confidence. Speak highly of yourself, even if, because, you know, we all make mistakes, right? Like, even if you feel like you've been the cause of some of your situations. And even if you haven't been the cause of some of your situations, whatever situation you're in may have really damaged your confidence, your self-worth. So it's really important that you're tuning into your confidence and your self-worth and building yourself up, because that's what's going to lead you to finding your spark again, finding your inspiration again, and being able to move forward. I'm going to clarify these of what you need to embrace. This pile number 1 needs to embrace. Yeah, see, you need to listen to your intuition. That's exactly what I was saying before. Listen to your intuition more. Trust your intuition when it comes to these situations that you're going through. And pay attention to the synchronicity as well, because your angels, your spirit guides, they're speaking to you through synchronicity at this time. So the more aware you are of your intuition, the more you're going to see the signs, and it's going to guide you to the best possible solutions, decisions, choices, whatever it is that you're needing to make. All right, now I'm going to dive into the deck that you were drawn towards. Messages for pile number 1. What do they need to hear at this time? The return, a new story. You decide. Alignment, it's coming together. Yes, that is exactly what I was saying. You're going through a transformation, a rebirth of self. Your old ways, your old story, your old narrative is being shed right now. And you know what? Maybe something had to happen that was the catalyst of this shedding of the old. Sometimes we have to have a complete shakeup, change, shift, you know, hard lesson that we have to learn in order to really see how we are self-sabotaging, or how we are staying in situations that aren't good for us, how we're holding on to things that, you know, we no longer need in our life, that are no longer good for us, that are draining us. There is a new story being written, because you are the creator. You get to decide this new story that you want to write for yourself, okay? Whatever change, shift, falling away, crumbling is happening, there's something new now that is able to take its place. So let go of the old and embrace the new, and really shift the way that you're viewing your life, your challenges, your delays, your blockages. You are the creator of your own life. And it's really important for you to embrace this new way of being. And this new way of being involves being confident, listening to your intuition, being aware of self-sabotaging tendencies, being aware of your limiting beliefs, stories you tell yourself that just no longer have to be your narrative. The grandmothers, remember your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. Yes, and a lot of you have very strong ancestors that have passed on. Maybe it's a mother, maybe it's a grandmother, though. Definitely a grandmother is coming through right now. You have the potential to change essentially your entire lineage here. Like, your ancestors may have chosen you as the one to break cycles in your family, okay? And I think that's really powerful, for sure. But you are also needing to remember, like, again, seeing things from a different perspective. Trusting that the way that your life is unfolding right now, maybe some of it feels like really unfair, some of it feels really challenging, some of it feels really tough. But there's a reason for all of this, and it's to help you grow, it's to help you learn, and then it's to help you create a new story, a new foundation that can also probably inspire many around you of how you got through what you went through and how you trust the process, how you surrendered, went with the flow, embraced your transformation, your rebirth, and stepped into this confident light where you're connecting with your intuition more, where you're connecting with your spiritual side more, where you're connecting with, you know, your angels, your guides, whatever this may be, and you're connecting with the spark, the inspiration, the wisdom that is within you. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Rose thread, inner call, soul led, the mystic, living courageously, okay? A lot of you are probably, you know, a mystic, and, you know, you're being called right now to listen to those inner nudges, to listen to your intuition and trust where it's leading you. And to tap into your courageousness, because you're very courageous. There's a lot that you've been through that has really needed you to, you know, tap into your courage more. All right, so we know that you need to surrender a little bit more, but what is it that you're needing to surrender to? For pile number 1, please, Spirit. What are they needing to surrender to? Surrender fear. Let go of the fearful stories, again with the stories that you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. You know, when things are feeling, this is going to time out. When things are feeling chaotic, stressful, whatever it may be, and we know we need to make some changes, oftentimes we tell ourselves why we cannot make those changes due to some underlying fear. Fear of, you know, whatever it may be. And right now, you may be thinking worst case scenario about something that you're going through or something that you're wanting to go after. You could be thinking worst case scenario. There's a lot of fears coming to your mind. But it's time to shift that a little bit. It's time to let go of the fear. The fear behind whatever it is that is happening. And now, whatever's happening for you is going to be different for everyone. Feel free to drop a comment below and let me know what's going on in your life if this is resonating. But what I'm hearing is, as soon as you surrender your fear and you embrace the changes that need to be made, things are going to get better. Because Saturn is going to reward you. And you're finally going to feel more confident in yourself. You're going to feel like, you know, I'm hearing like a lot of you have self-worth wounds as well. It's like maybe you struggled with abandonment, you struggled with rejection, you struggled with somebody criticizing you all the time, telling you you're not enough, whatever it may be. So now there's this underlying fear that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that, you know, the worst case scenarios are always going to happen, whatever it is. You need to surrender your fear, fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing the outcome, okay? Fear of not knowing the solution to your problems. Whatever this is, you have to let it go. All right, and let's do one more for what you need to surrender, pile number 1. Like, this is your time. Like, 2023 is your time to literally rewrite your narrative, to rewrite your story. You can choose different. Surrender the drama. So a lot of you have been going through a lot of drama in your life as well. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly, okay? So don't engage in the drama, especially if you find yourself around people who you feel like are trying to get a reaction out of you. You do not need to give them that reaction. You can become more aware of how you react to other people's drama. And you can stay grounded in yourself, right? Feeling like, you know, why there's no need to really give into the drama, right? Because that's what they want. They want, some people just feed off the drama. And again, like I was saying, I feel like your soul may subconsciously be someone who does, you know, give into the chaos, does give into the drama, because you like to provide solutions, you like to be a fixer, you like to, you know, be the one to help people through whatever chaos is in their own life. So then this subconsciously creates chaos in your own life so that you can then provide solutions for yourself or whatever it may be. Let go of the drama, though, is what I'm hearing. All right, so now let's see. I'm gonna end this with a few more of these crystal cards here, and maybe a few notes and tea leaf cards. Ooh. All right, final messages that pile number 1 needs to hear at this time, please, Spirit. Yeah, so go with the flow. Like I said, stop trying to control, go with the flow, surrender, trust the process, and it's all going to work out. And then we have heal your heart. So a lot of you have been going through something very emotional, I feel like, something very painful, something very challenging. Whether it's recent or in the past, whatever it is, your heart needs to heal. And you need to give yourself time and space to heal your heart. What can pile number 1 expect, please, Spirit? Additional messages. Alright, so this is kind of a lot. I didn't expect somebody, but someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Now, this could be talking about you or someone in your life, but I'm hearing if this is you, right, if you're feeling stubborn and you're not putting in the effort to change, I want you to realize that nothing changes unless, okay, nothing changes if nothing changes is what I was trying to say. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And if you feel stuck, stagnant, burnt out, unmotivated, uninspired, that is usually an indication that something needs to change. Whether it's, you know, you needing to leave someone behind because you're just not able to see through this, you're not able to like get on the same page, it's really toxic, or, you know, maybe you're dealing with someone who you're wishing so badly that they would change or make an effort and they're not. It's time to see that for what it really is. Accept that some people are not going to change no matter how much you vision them changing in your mind. You have to see people for who they really are. Now, if this is you though, you can now be honest with yourself and surrender to the change. Surrender to the change that needs to be done and needs to be made. And a reason why you may not be changing is possibly due to some sort of fear. So, you know, let go of those fears. And then we also have you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. We have you will receive a gift, success assured with good plans and hard work, time to act, right? So yeah, there's a change that needs to be made. We have guaranteed success. There is a lot of success coming your way, happiness and well-being. That's beautiful. Those are very positive cards. But in order to get all of this, I feel like there's changes that need to be made and letting go of that stubborn energy that you may have within you, especially with this willpower card coming up when it comes to what you need to let go of. So again, surrendering to flow, surrendering to change, surrendering to the unknown, just trusting in what is meant to unfold for you. Now, last messages from the cauldron for pile number 1. All right, we have old soul. So yeah, you are a very old soul for sure. We have health and fitness, so pay attention to your health and fitness. Maybe that's where you need to make some changes. We have new career for some of you. We have grandpa coming through now. So some of you have a grandpa coming through. Red flags. Pay attention to the red flags. Don't ignore them. We have a channel for the spiritual realms. Yeah, you guys are going to be highly in tune with your intuition and connecting with your intuition more, and you are actually able to channel the spiritual realms if you really tap into that energy. And then lastly, we have independent. Okay, so you guys are also very independent, and maybe during this time you may be going through an independent streak. Again though, like, surrender your controlling tendencies a little bit, pay attention to the red flags, you know, make changes where necessary, where things are getting a little unhealthy and toxic. But that's what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope it resonated in one way or another. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this crystal here in this deck, then this is your reading all about what messages you need to hear at this time. It's 2023 now, so we're gonna just kind of get you a reading that will kind of push you in the right direction this year and tap into what is happening and what you can expect a little bit. So to start this off, I am doing things a little bit differently. I have divination books I'm going to be using, or I'm going to be doing divination with the books. I'm going to be using my astro die. So let's start with the astro die to get the overall energy that you guys are dealing with at this time. Please, Spirit, for pile number 2. What is the overall energy pile number 2 is dealing with at this time? All right, we have Gemini, 9th house, and Venus. Beautiful. So a lot of you are learning something new. A lot of you are definitely learning. I'm hearing like writing, publishing, learning, studying, traveling. These are all big themes for you this year, especially with the 9th house. I feel like a lot of you could be doing a lot of higher learning, higher education, studying things that you're interested in, changing your beliefs a little bit, seeing life from a different perspective, becoming a student of life. And there's also a lot of love and passionate energy here, like focusing on doing more of what you love, doing more of what you enjoy. Some of you could be communicating more, publishing something, speaking because of this Gemini energy, writing, all of that. So that's beautiful as well. Connecting with loved ones who are possibly far away, distant traveling, things like that, exploring places that you've always wanted to travel to. Those are just the overall themes that I'm picking up on. Let's see other zodiac signs. We have Taurus, Sagittarius, Aries again, let's see one more, Virgo, okay, sun, moon, or rising. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, that's quite all right. Let's get you an angel number that you need to hear at this time. We have 429. 429, okay? So search that, see if it resonates. But I'm going to tap into a book now to do some divination for you with the book. So what I'm going to do with this book, Letters to a Starseed, is I'm just going to flip to a page randomly, and that's going to be a message that you need to hear at this time. So please, Spirit, what message does pile number 2 need to hear at this time? All right, we all have a role to play, but only we know what our role is, okay? We all have a role to play, but only we know what our role is. Paths unfold only when we walk them. Don't let someone who is not you tell you what you should do. They're not you, and you're not them. They don't know and will never know what's for you, just as you don't know and will never know what's for them. If they're spending their precious moments on earth worrying about what you should be doing with yours, they're wasting theirs. Don't let them waste yours. Your life and your time are precious jewels. If someone thinks that it's their job to point out the way your path should be spiraling, they're likely ignoring the jewels of their own life. Don't let their distractedness distract you from yours. Keep your gaze set. Politely invite them to do the same. As you walk your spiral, you'll find yourself turning toward others and others turning toward you. What a wonderful thing to share your journey. And while your path may naturally influence another's, keep walking your way when the inevitable call to turn comes. And it always comes. Endings are necessary for beginnings to happen. As you walk your spiral, you'll find that other spirals may overlap and activate you along your way. Let them, but don't let seeing someone else's potential unfolding convince you to boycott your own. This won't help you or them. Keep walking on. Don't let someone who is walking a different path to your own tell you how to walk yours. Nobody but you can or will ever know what it takes, has taken, and will take to walk your way. Wave them on, and without waver, keep trusting the seeds that have always been planted deep within. Okay, so questions for you. What are you being called to turn toward? What are you being called to turn away from? Only you know the path that is meant for you, okay? Maybe you find yourself surrounded by people in your life telling you which way you should be going or what's for you and what's not for you. But you have to really tune in and check in with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that is meant for me? Because only you know the answer. And I feel like some of you listening to this right now need to know that. Only you know the answer. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask Spirit what it is that you need to let go of. What does pile number 2 need to let go of at this time? What is standing in their way at this very moment? Family. Whoa. Okay. So some of you might have family members in your life who either bring you a great deal of pain. Maybe there's family drama. Maybe there is family members trying to tell you how to, live your life. You need to block out that noise, okay? Block out the noise if your family is trying to tell you how to live your life, because only you know how to live your life. And maybe, just maybe, you are here to go against the grain, to walk a different path than what your family has walked. That's gonna just resonate with some of you, okay? There's definitely something here about family. Something here about family that you're needing to let go of. Maybe there's past pain caused by family that you're needing to let go of, past family resentment that you need to let go of. And it's not about forgiveness. This is a quote I heard the other day. It's not about forgiveness, it's about acceptance, right? Accepting that the pain that was caused by family has happened and there's no changing it, but the way that you can move forward is accepting that it happened and, accepting the feelings, the emotions that it brought to you, and then releasing it, and then moving forward and letting go of the resentment and letting go of holding on to the pain that you feel from possibly your family or anything like that. So I feel like there's a lot of family stuff that has been happening or has happened that you're really needing to let go of. And especially if you have family members trying to tell you how to live your life or trying to tell you which direction you should be going. It's really all about tuning into your intuition and trusting your own path. Let's clarify this of what they're letting go of, or what pile number 2 needs to let go of. Effort. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so some of you are really trying to put in a lot of work when it comes to family situations, or you're trying really hard with a family situation, or there's something here that you've been pushing and pushing and pushing and giving and giving and giving and trying to make something work, or trying to, bring your family together in some way. Whatever this may be, it could be draining you a little bit. Could be draining you a little bit to be putting in so much effort towards, family members who just aren't reciprocating, or accepting the effort and the energy that you're giving. Or maybe there just needs to be a little bit of a break right now so that you're not draining your energy. And now if this is not resonating at all with you, then this may not be your pile, okay? So just keep that in mind. So now what I really want to do is see how you can essentially help yourself. Like, what can you embrace more of? What do you need to embrace more of? What does pile number 2 need to embrace more of, please, Spirit? So you need to embrace more of your talent in setting boundaries. Wow. Yeah. You guys have a talent, okay? And for some of you, this talent is not appreciated by your family. or your family is getting in the way of you embracing your talent of some sort, and you're needing to set stronger boundaries. If you feel like you're surrounding yourself by people who are draining you, you need to set your boundaries, because they're taking away your energy to the point where you're not able to focus on your talent because you're too drained. And there's a talent, and this talent could be involved with writing, communicating, speaking, traveling, something to do with like spirituality, higher learning, higher education. You have a talent though, whatever this is, that you're meant to speak, share with the world. But you're so drained that it's really hard for you to make time for your talent. Or you feel like you can't embrace your talent or who you really are because you feel judged by your family, or you feel judged by people around you. And you've been making this effort towards family situations, towards, you know, showing up for people who maybe aren't reciprocating the same energy, that you're just really exhausting yourself. So you need to set more boundaries, and you need to embrace your talent, and you need to stop trying to make everybody else around you happy, and realize that only you know what is meant for you, and you will never be able to please everyone. Some of you could be letting go of your people-pleasing energy in 2023 for sure. That's why you're setting more boundaries and just embracing who you want to be, regardless of who may get offended by it. Yeah, that's definitely something I'm hearing. Okay, what else can you do to embrace? What else do you need to embrace? Let's clarify this a little bit further. Pile number 2 needs to embrace adventure, more adventures, travel more. Yeah, you guys need to get out more, take on more adventures, be a little bit more risk taking, travel more, see more, do more. Completion. Okay, so yeah, it's time to accept that there's a chapter of your life that is closing out, and it's time to accept that and move forward. That's also what I'm hearing. Okay, so I know we talked a little bit about what you need to let go of, right? But let's see what else you need to surrender to in order to really embrace this talent of yours, these adventures, this completion, to make this really come together. Surrender to sleep and rest. Yeah, you are very burnt out. You are very drained. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. So surrender to rest and sleep, pile number 2. That is so important right now because you're draining yourself. Surrender fear. Okay, pile number 1 got this as well. So let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. You really need to surrender your fear. A lot of your fears are holding you back from truly embracing this new adventure, your talent, completing and closing out this chapter. There's a lot of fears that you have that you've been telling yourself since you were a child. Maybe a lot of family trauma has happened in your life that has created this narrative within you. That has created a lot of fear within you because of whatever you witnessed as a child. You don't want to repeat that, or you don't want to fail, you don't want to disappoint people, you don't want to make the wrong choice, okay? But all of those fears are keeping you stuck and keeping you stagnant and keeping you drained, quite frankly, and you're not able to truly embrace your talent because you're so fearful. So it's really time to surrender to rest and sleep. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest and sleep, and surrender your fear. All right, now I'm going to tap into your deck that you chose. This is a beautiful deck. I love this. Messages for pile number 2, please, Spirit. What does pile number 2 need to hear at this time? Look, boundaries came up again. Boundaries came up again. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? This is so important, pile number 2. You need to set stronger boundaries. And then we also have here Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So there's this inner knowing within you. As you're listening to this message, there's this inner knowing of, you know what you need to do. You know where you need to step up. You know where your talent is. But it's really all about believing that you are talented, trusting in your talent, and really following it full speed ahead. And then we also have here soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Okay? Some of you have a wounded energy with a family, and what you're really meant to do is create your own sense of family. You have a soul family here on earth, and you're meant to really call them in and realize that you don't have to do everything on your own. You may be a very independent person. You may feel like you have to do everything on your own because maybe you don't actually know what it's like to have that feeling of a real committed family that's there for you, that makes the same effort that you give, or whatever it may be. So this is all about finding your soul family. It doesn't have to be blood related, right? It doesn't have to be blood relatives. And I feel like there's this wound connected to family that you're really needing to like let go of and release, and call upon your soul family. Those who, you know, you just connect with, who make you feel safe, who make you feel seen, who honestly cheer you on when you go after your talent, who want the best for you. And I think that's really important. And if you have fears surrounding this talent, like fear of judgment, fear of criticism, realize that sometimes, you know, none of that matters. First off, it's just a projection of what people don't understand, or people feeling uncomfortable because they're not used to whatever it is you're doing, like whatever this may be, or they have their own insecurities because they wish that they could go after their talent and they're like rejecting that part of themselves. So I always say we really have to just get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and eventually that becomes comfortable. The uncomfortableness will then become comfortable. I sometimes say to myself, like, I just want to really like mess up and embarrass the hell out of myself so that I can just become so comfortable with being embarrassed that I'm not afraid to be embarrassed anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of energy. So yeah, set stronger boundaries, call in your soul family, realize that like family does not have to be blood related. If that hurts you, if people who are blood related pain you, like you can let them go, you can cut them out. Toxic family members do not need to keep space in your life. Let go of any resentment from your family that you hold on to, and then really ask yourself, how am I meant to step up and lead? You know this within, and sometimes you just need to sit with this energy and really just sit there and ask yourself, all right, what do I need to do? Where am I meant to go? Because you have the answers that you're seeking. Nobody can tell you where to go. Nobody can tell you how to do it. You have to just do that for yourself and ask yourself that. All right, some additional crystal messages about what you need to hear right now for pile number 2, please, Spirit. We have start fresh, okay? Start fresh. Let go of the old, start fresh. Embrace your new talent. Some of you may not have been actually even, you know, embracing this talent, or maybe you're starting fresh with this talent in a new way. And then we also have bring in the light. Yes, bring in the light. I love that. I feel like you're able to transmute negativity as well. And maybe that's something else. Maybe you have a talent for caring for people. You're able to help people see the light in the dark. And maybe that's where you need to set boundaries so that you're not draining yourself, just overextending your kindness. You may be also taking on other people's emotions without realizing it. So that's really important too, to set boundaries so that you're not taking on other people's emotions and you're really allowing yourself to transmute the energy that you take on. That's going to be really important for you, pile number 2. All right, so now I'm going to get some tea leaf cards and additional messages from the cauldron. What can pile number 2 expect? Just for pile number 2. Okay, so we have, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Wow, these two cards just came out in the last pile too, and I had really tried to shuffle this, so that's interesting. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So I'm going to tell you the same message that I told pile number 1. If this is talking about you being stubborn and resisting change, you need to become very honest with yourself, become self-aware of your toxic habits that may be holding you back and keeping you stuck and stagnant, and really be honest about where you need to make a change and really make that change. Now, for others of you, this could be talking about somebody in your life who you are wishing and hoping that they're going to change, but you can no longer do that. You can no longer hope and wish that somebody is going to change. You have to actually see them for who they really are and realize that they're not going to change no matter how hard you try to make them to change. So now accept that for who they are and set those boundaries if they are draining you. And then we also have here an exciting event. So I love that for you. A sincere wish will be granted, beautiful, and problems to be resolved. Okay, so if you are dealing with problems with when it comes to like family in some way or whatever this may be, there will be a resolution. Okay, and there is going to be a sincere wish that's going to be granted. So just keep that in mind, pile number 2. Now, additional messages from the cauldron to end this reading for you. We have listen to your intuition. Yes, trust your intuition at this time, pile number 2. It's so important to do. We have use your healing gifts. You have healing gifts and talents. Your words may even be very healing to others as well. We have new home. So some of you are thinking about a new home. Some of you could be moving or planning to move. We have wedding. Some of you are talking about marriage as well, like dealings of a wedding could be coming up to the surface, talking about marriage, talking about a wedding, going to a wedding, attending a wedding. And then we have overachiever. So you are also an overachiever, which at times, you know, that's great, but also at times you could be burning yourself out if you try to do too much at once. So just set boundaries when it comes to work-life balance as well. So that's your message, pile number 2. I hope that this resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. I am sending you so much love. Until next time. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this crystal here, it's that blue one. You can't really, I don't know, my lighting's weird. And this tarot deck, tarot oracle deck, then this is your reading. All about what messages you need to hear right now. It is 2023, so this is gonna, you know, tie in some themes or some overall energy that you're working through in 2023. And I really hope that these messages resonate, but it is a collective reading, so keep that in mind. But without further ado, let's jump into it. I'm going to start by rolling the Astro die. Please, Spirit, tap me into the collective energy of pile number 3. Those who choose this crystal here, what energy are they dealing with at this time? Please, Spirit. All right, we have Taurus, Pluto energy in the 5th house. So you have a lot of changes happening in regards to 5th house energy. The 5th house rules over self-expression, creativity, children, inner child, dating, romantic life, playfulness, right? So what I'm hearing is you're really needing to express yourself more, especially creatively. When you tap into your creativity, you're going to see it pay off. Tapping into your creativity, tapping into your self-expression is going to really actually bring you a lot of grounded energy. It's going to make you feel more grounded. It's going to make you feel more secure. I feel like your soul is really wanting to express itself more creatively, and it's really wanting to have more fun. Something to be mindful of, though, is control issues. Trying to control your romantic partners, trying to control your children if you have any, trying to, you know, like it could be this very overbearing energy of trying to control certain situations in regards to the 5th house energy. But if you are being more creative, if you're allowing yourself to have more fun, if you're allowing yourself to express yourself, this is going to be very beneficial for you. And if you are healing your inner child, especially, this is going to be very beneficial for you, and you're going to experience a ton of transformation, okay? You could be a Taurus, sun, moon, or rising, but not necessarily. Also, I'm just hearing with this Taurus energy, it's like you're trying to figure out how to bring stability and security to your inner child. That's something that's really important at this time, is making your inner child feel safe, secure, stable. And I feel like that's something you've been working towards for a while now. So inner child healing is very beneficial. All right, let's see what other zodiac signs we have. We have Sagittarius, Libra, and Scorpio energy, okay? Sun, moon, or rising. And if that's not you, no worries at all. That's okay. And an angel number that you need. We have 997. 997. Search that, see if it resonates at all, but that is your angel number. So to start this off, I'm going to be doing some book divination where I just randomly flip to a random page of this guidebook here. It's the Animal Spirit Guidebook, and that will be the message that you need to hear at this time. Okay, so please, Spirit, what message does pile number 3 need to hear at this time? All right, we have at a crossroad, claiming life's purpose with Tarantula. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet, a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. So when in balance, you follow your intuition. When out of balance, you hesitate or over-intellectualize. Daily journaling could be beneficial. So yeah, a lot of you know what you want to create. This is all about creation, in my opinion, like creating, being in your creative energy and, you know, going after what it is you feel called to do. And you know what you want to create in your life. You know what you want to do in your life, but you distract yourself a lot. And you make excuses as to why you can't go after it, or as to why you're procrastinating on actually putting your plans into motion. So this is all about grounding your energy, right? Grounding your energy, grounding your plans, and really moving forward with it. Taurus energy can be very stubborn, right? So, you know, maybe there's a routine that you have to change up in some way. Maybe there's a daily habit that you're participating in that keeps you blocked from creating what it is you want to create. This is about you being honest with yourself, and this Pluto energy really taking over this Taurus energy and being like, no, we're no longer going to be stubborn. We're no longer going to be stuck in our ways. We're going to make a change, a beneficial change that will then spark a transformation in this area of our life, and allows us to create what we're meant to create. And it allows us to live out the life that we are meant to live out. Letting go of the fears, facing your fears. And that's what I'm really feeling with this and that message. So this is about being honest with yourself and recognizing what changes you need to make, and actually making those changes, and actually taking those steps forward towards creating the life that you want to live. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just see what it is you need to let go of. What do you need to let go of, pile number 3, that is standing in your way? What does pile number 3 need to let go of, please, Spirit? Happiness. That's interesting. trying to see what spirit means with this one. So I'm hearing maybe a way that you're distracting yourself is by focusing your attention too much on the pleasures of life. Like, for example, I'm picturing this right now. I'm picturing like, you know, you have to do something. Like, let's say, for example, let's say you want to create a website and you want to start selling products on this website, okay? And you have this idea in your mind, then every single time you are going to try to start putting this idea into motion, you find yourself scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Twitter, scrolling through TikTok, or you find yourself, you know, binge watching Netflix. You're distracting yourself with things that make you feel good in that moment, but really aren't adding any kind of value to your overall goals of creating that website and selling products. So you're distracting yourself with things that make you feel good for a split second, but aren't actually bringing any long-term growth into your life, if that makes sense. So you could also be distracting yourself with things that make you feel happy in a moment. Like, for example, the fifth house can also talk about, you know, gambling, addictions. Usually the 12th house talks about addictions, but sometimes, like, if you have like Neptune in the fifth house, you may find that you're drinking a lot, or you participate in things that give you those feel good feelings for a split second, and but at the same time it's distracting you and you're using it as a way to escape. So maybe for some of you, you like to have a glass of wine every night, and maybe that's just too much for you, and you're really wanting to make a positive change in your lifestyle and your routine by cutting back on that glass of wine, but yet you still continuously find yourself making excuses because that glass of wine gives you some sense of false happiness for that split second. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm feeling like Spirit's trying to say with this message. It's like, yeah, all of these things may bring you this false sense of happiness in that second. It's a way for you to escape. But overall, it's distracting you from your true soul's mission, your life purpose. So you're getting distracted by things that are giving you this false sense of happiness. That's what I'm hearing with that. But let's see what else I can get from this deck as well about what you need to let go of. What does pile number 3 need to let go of, please, Spirit? Pride. Yeah. Your ego may also be standing in your way. You could be very prideful. Your pride may get in your way at times as well. So just keep that in mind as well. Your ego, maybe you have a very loud ego that is really holding you back a bit. So really letting go of, again, all of these false ideas of what makes you happy, and really figuring out, you know, no, like the external, the wine, the glass of wine, the Netflix binging, the scrolling on social media doesn't actually make me happy. It's just a way that I'm escaping what I really want. It's a way that I'm running away from myself. You really have to be honest with yourself. Become more aware. Self-awareness is key here. And I feel like you're gaining a lot of self-awareness this year, for sure, with this Pluto transiting your 5th house. And you're really redefining what happiness means to you as well. You're really redefining what actually brings you pleasure. That's what I think that this message is definitely going to be about as well. All right, so now let's see what it is you need to embrace more of. Okay, so what more do you need to embrace? You know what you need to let go of, but what can pile number 3 embrace more of? What can pile number 3 embrace more? What can pile number 3 embrace more, please? Flow. We have, okay, justice, balance, finding more balance in your everyday life, finding more balance between your career and like between working and playfulness, finding balance between pleasure as well, like maybe not overindulging in certain things that make you feel good, and finding more balance between like moderation. I'm hearing like the word moderation. And we have animals as well. So animals are actually really healing for you at this time too. I feel like animals help heal your inner child. Maybe for some of you, you grew up around animals and that actually really made you, you know, feel loving, safe, secure. So you have a connection with animals. And I'm hearing you need to find more balance in your life. Balance in your habits, balance in your routines, moderation. What does pile number 3 need to embrace more of? We have relationship change. Okay, yeah, the 5th house also talks about dating. Like I said, there is a relationship change. Justice card gives me Libra energy as well. But there is a specific relationship change that you may be needing to embrace. Maybe there's bad habits or between you and a partner, again, maybe control issues between you and a partner. Or maybe some of you are actually going to be dating more, and you're going to be finding someone. There could be more dating active dating happening. And then we have forgiveness. You also have to embrace forgiveness, okay? Yes. All right, so now as I'm looking at this, I feel like there's a lot of inner child healing, like I said, that's taking place. There is some of you may have been through some difficult relationships where there's forgiveness needing to take place here. And this forgiveness also, I feel like you need to also learn how to forgive yourself as well. Especially if you have been participating in bad habits and maybe you put yourself down, like, why did I do this? Why did I participate in this? Why did I overindulge? Why you like self-shame yourself a lot? It's really important that you're talking to yourself in a more loving, compassionate way. And if there is anything that you need to forgive yourself for, then now is the time to do so. And this is also about forgiving people from the past. Now, I do want to say this. You don't have to technically forgive people to heal and move on, right? But what you have to do is accept. You have to accept what happened and learn from it, grow from it, and move forward. Let go of the resentment that you hold on to, because resentment does not help anybody. It just weighs us down, and that resentment is then brought into our other relationships, and it's just a whole mess. So really embrace whatever changes need to be made within your relationship right now, especially. And if you're not in a relationship, embrace maybe dating, because some of you may be afraid to date, but maybe your soul is wanting to date right now. Maybe there's a lot of growth and learning to come from dating. And also, like I said, this forgiveness aspect, learning how to forgive. Forgiving yourself, especially in learning how to let go of the past, accept the past, don't live in the past, and move forward. And again, find balance in your relationships, balance between how much you overindulge in things that just aren't good for you, how much you overindulge in habits that just aren't supporting the life that you want to live. When you vision your life, what do you see? And now be honest with yourself. How can you start creating this life that you see in your mind? And how is it that you're holding yourself back from actually taking steps towards this potential that you see within yourself? And if you struggle to see potential within yourself, that right there alone is something you need to work on. Finding belief in yourself, forgiving yourself, and believing that there is potential for you. There is potential to have healthy relationships. There is potential for this happiness, this real happiness, not this false happiness that we think is happiness, but that it's actually just a distraction, okay? So now what I want to do is I want to, we saw what you have to let go of a little bit, but what else can you surrender to help bring about the necessary changes and shifts? What does pile number 3 need to surrender, please, Spirit? All right, this card came out, but I'm going to put it back, and if it's meant to come out again, it will, because I feel like it just accidentally slipped. So what does pile number 3 need to surrender? Okay, we have now this one makes sense. Surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Surrender procrastination. You guys are distracting yourself from the life that you want to create, from a specific goal, from specific habit changes, from a specific relationship change, from your, going within, doing the inner work to heal. You're procrastinating on all of that. You need to start taking action towards the change that you wish to see in your life. Otherwise, it will never happen, okay? So stop procrastinating. And what else does pile number 3 need to surrender? Surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Yeah, so surrendering control a little bit, going with the flow, being amazed by life and what life has to offer is honestly going to be so good for you. And finding happiness within, rather than looking for happiness outside of you, rather than looking for happiness through external things. This is all about going within and seeing the happiness that is within you, just being who you are. Connecting with nature more, I feel like, would be really grounding for you as well. Now I'm going to also dive into the oracle deck that you chose. Messages for pile number 3, please, Spirit. I feel like these two wanted to come up, so we'll take them. We have deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal, soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Yes, it's time to step up. Tap into your gifts. Okay, you have a lot of creative gifts. You're meant to create something big in this lifetime. You're meant to be a creator. There is also this energy of rebirth, this energy of creation. And it's really time for you to step up. It's time to stop procrastinating. It's time for you to go where you're meant to go. It's time for you to surrender to change. It's time for you to, become aware of how you're holding yourself back and choose to no longer do so. Choose to no longer hold yourself back. You're also a very nurturing soul, but you have to give that nurturing energy to yourself as well, because I feel like some of you actually are ignoring nurturing yourself. So do more things that make you feel nurtured, especially nurturing your inner child. That's really important. But there is this opportunity for you to step up and embrace your gifts, but you have to stop holding yourself back. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to get some messages from the crystals, then I'm going to do tea leaf and additional messages from the cauldron to complete your reading. Messages for pile number 3, please, Spirit. We have recall your dreams. Yeah, so it's really about regrounding your energy to really remember what it is you're trying to create. To also, for some of you, your dreams in general give you insight. So if you have very vivid dreams, you should wake up and write down your dreams, because they actually speak to you and provide you with a lot of wisdom. And then we also have here, be kind to yourself. What was I saying? Yes. This forgiveness card isn't just about forgiving other people, but it's also about forgiving yourself for how you hold yourself back, how you self-sabotage yourself, okay? You're needing to be kind to yourself through this. So it's time to be kind to yourself. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to let go of procrastination. Yeah, if you've done things in the past that did not help you you know, that maybe held you back a little bit, don't beat yourself up for it. Don't be mad at yourself for it. Just let those emotions pass, and then forgive yourself and be compassionate with yourself. But that's the only way you're going to be able to move forward. Otherwise, you're going to keep yourself stuck. All right, some tea leaf messages for pile number 3. Oh, this is hard to shuffle. Okay, that will be enough. All right, we have chain of events that will affect your life. So a lot of you are going through some chain of events that are affecting your life right now. And we also have family sorrow. So that's really interesting. Maybe there was some kind of family pain or some kind of emotional family situation that has been happening in your life that has brought you a lot of pain. And this is something you're trying to heal from. You're trying to heal your inner child from whatever family pain, sorrow has happened. And again, this is all about, you know, really allowing yourself to face these problems instead of escaping them through false senses of happiness, through things that give you this false sense of happiness. Because that's one way that you avoid yourself, okay? So yeah, there's some sense of pain that you're needing to really heal from that may be tied into family, and a chain of events that may have just recently happened or is happening that is affecting your life in a big way. We have you will receive a gift. We have happiness and well-being. So there is happiness coming in for you. We have situations in the balance that require careful handling. Okay, so again, a lot of situations that just require careful handling. And then we have the month of October. So the month of October could be really significant for you. Whatever it is you're trying to create could really come to life in October, or something significant could have happened in October and now you're starting to see the effects of whatever that was. And then we have climbing towards success. So that's beautiful. And additional last messages for you, pile number 3. To close out this reading, we have nurture. Yeah, so this is, again, like I was saying, you really need to nurture yourself, nurture your creations, your creative projects, nurture your children. If you have children, I feel like, you know, they're really needing a lot more attention at this time. We also have here tarot reader. So some of you are actually meant to be tarot readers yourself, or maybe that's a goal of yours, or maybe you wished you could like do your own tarot or be a tarot reader. Well, there you go. There's confirmation that you can be. We also have go after your talents. Yes. Oh my gosh. The synchronicity of this is so beautiful. Stop holding yourself back from your creative abilities, your talents. Go after it. And then we have you will be famous. What the heck? Wow, pile number 3. Some of you have fame written all over you. If that's something that you want, you will definitely be famous in whatever talents if you just get out of your own way and you go after it full speed ahead. We also have light workers. So you're a light worker. So if you feel like you've been put into difficult freaking situations, it's because you are meant to go through them, to learn through them, to grow through them, and then help other people go through them as well. So like you'll be drawn to people who are going through similar situations that you went through, because you have this light about you that knows how to transmute that dark energy into light, and you're able to see the lessons through the hardships and the challenges. So yeah, that's beautiful. And then we have writer. So some of you are meant to write as well as a talent of yours that you may be holding yourself back from. So there you have it, pile number 3. Those are your messages. I hope that this resonated in one way or another. And if it did, give this a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. I am sending you so much love. Until next time. Hello, pile number 4. If you chose this crystal here in this oracle deck, then this is your reading, all about what you need to hear at this time, and this will kind of like coincide with your 2023. Oh gosh, trying to destroy everything. Okay, a little chaotic beginning there, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the astro dice to get overall energy of what you're going through right now or what you need to know at this time. So please, Spirit, tap me into the collective energy of pile number 4. Remember, this is a collective reading. Use your intuition to guide you as always. What is the current energy that pile number 4 is dealing with, please, Spirit? We have Venus, 4th house, and Capricorn energy. So this is all about home and family and relationships and possibly challenges and lessons being learned in this regard and with your emotions as well. You could be learning a lot about your emotions. You could be learning a lot about your home, your family. That area of your life is definitely being focused on right now, and you're trying to like work through that area, and I'll find out more as I dive further into this. But you could be a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You don't necessarily have to be. We also have Aries. Capricorn and Aries. We have Aries and Capricorn. Okay, Cancer, Virgo, and Leo energy, okay? Sun, Moon, or Rising. But yeah, there's definitely this energy of home and family being represented. Now, an angel number for you, we have 11, 10. So 1110. 1110 or 111 as well. Just a beautiful new beginning kind of energy, I feel like. I feel like a lot of you are having this new beginning in your home and family, and a new beginning when it comes to your emotions as well. Okay, so to start this off, I'm actually going to be doing some book divination where I randomly flip to a page of this book and read the message that's there. So please, Spirit. You know, I just realized I forgot to do that for pile number 3. Oh no, I did do it from pile number 3. Okay, never mind. Okay. Woo! Back to pile number 4. Please, Spirit, what message does pile number 4 need to hear at this time? Please, Spirit. Alright, we have releasing vows of silence and calling back your power. Light 4 candles and place them in a circle around you. One in front of you, one behind you, one to the left, and one to the right. Imagine a beautiful rose at your heart center, or hold a real one. As you breathe deeply, imagine it opening softly and courageously, petal by petal. Call upon the power of Mother Earth to support you. Imagine a stream of light connecting you to the heavens above, connecting you to the unified field of all that is, while saying the following invocation. Okay, so then it goes through and gives you this invocation. Basically about Akashic Records Division, Magdalene Sisters, Priestesses of Avalon and Isis. I request the following in all dimensions, past, present, and future. Remove and render void any vows, contracts, bindings, or ways I have knowingly or unknowingly chosen to keep or be forced to keep. My voice or power, restrained or contained in this life and any other. Remove all layers of protection, preventing me from stepping into the full radiance of who I am and came here to be. Sever all old identities and ways of being that may have served me in the past but are no longer necessary in present time. Release anything that I'm carrying that is not mine. It is now safe for me to step into my power in all its potency and share my soul's voice authentically and freely without fear or repercussion. Without fear or persecution. Mercury retrograde. I call upon the sacred masculine and Shiva to protect me in my work. In the highest good of all beings, I trust this to be carried out with joy now and in all aspects of existence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. After you have completed the invocation, don't blow out the candles. Rather let them burn down and extinguish naturally. Keep them in place or put them on your altar or window ledge. Okay. This is all about releasing contracts, releasing things that have held you back for so long. Some of you are breaking family generational trauma here, you know, past life karma, past life karmic connections are being healed and released at this time. Okay, so there's something that has been happening in your life that has been a lot for you. Like, I feel like a lot emotionally, very difficult. You've learned a lot of challenges through this, and a lot of it is connected to home and family and your roots and your past. It's all about releasing the past, letting go of the past. And I'm recording this on a full moon in Cancer, which is all about letting go of the past, you guys. It's time to let go of the past. It's time to let go of your fears. It's time to let go of everything that kept you powerless. And it's time to step into your power, into who you are meant to be in this lifetime. And it's time to let your voice be heard as well. Because if you're watching this, some of you have been so afraid to speak up. Some of you have been so afraid to tell the truth. Some of you have been so afraid to be honest and open about who it is you want to be, because you're fearful of, you know, what's to come after you're honest. Because I feel like for some of you, now this is not a past life reading, but I'm getting this message that some of you in a past life, anytime you spoke up, you were criticized, you were persecuted, everything else. You weren't allowed to be who you really wanted to be. You weren't allowed to be who you wanted to be. And in this lifetime, you're still feeling the burden of that. You're still feeling like you cannot be who you want to be. It's hard for you to step into your authenticity because you're fearful of criticism. You're fearful of shame. You're fearful of, you know, the consequences if you decide to choose to finally be your authentic self. And Spirit is saying, let go of those fears. It is safe for you to be authentic. It is safe for you to cut ties, to do the healing, to let go of the past. And it's safe for you to let go of this version of self that you created, possibly as a child, to keep you safe. Okay? You can take back your power. And you have the ability to do so now. And I feel like there's a lot of changes taking place, transformation changes, and a new beginning in home and family. And maybe to get to this point, it took a lot of painful lessons. But I do feel more positive about this new beginning for you. But you really have to allow yourself to let go of the past in order to really embrace this new beginning and step into who you are meant to be, and to step into your power and call back your power. All right, please, Spirit, what does pile number 1 need to let go of? Oh, sorry. Spirit, what does pile number 4 need to let go of? Pile number 4. Okay, this card just fell. Okay, so we have career showing up, which is interesting. Ow. For some of you, you may be in a career that is not actually meant for you or fulfilling you in the ways that you maybe had hoped. Now, if you are in a career and it is fulfilling you, then clearly that is not your message. But really ask yourself, are you happy in your career? And now if you are happy in your career, it could be this need to find home, work, life balance as well, because maybe you guys are really hard workers and there's this need to pay more attention to home and family at this time. Okay, so maybe finding a balance there of some sort. But I also feel like some of you have a dream career in your mind that you're not actually doing right now. Honestly, be honest with yourself. When I say this to you, what is your dream career? What is your ideal career that you would love to do? Are you actually doing it? Be honest with yourself. Are you? What is your dream career? What do you envision yourself always wanting to do? And why aren't you doing it? That is the question. And again, it could be work-life balance. But what else? I'm going to clarify again another additional card about what you need to let go of. And we have spiritual career. What the hell? Okay. Yeah, so some of you are in this career situation, but it's not fully the potential of what career you could be doing, which is so bizarre because like this has nothing to do with the 4th house, but yet Capricorn energy does have to do with career. So I'm hearing like there is this very spiritual career that you are meant to do that is really healing for other people, healing for you as well. And this is really all about, you know, going after it without being afraid to go after it, and finding balance between your home and family and your work life and your relationships. Like maybe some of you also want to work from home. I'm also hearing like work from home job is something that you've always wanted to do as well. Like maybe you don't like going into work. Maybe you'd rather be able to like dedicate more time to your home and family life, but your career maybe gets in the way of that at times. Maybe you know, you want a better balance when it comes to that. Honestly, did not expect that to be what came up, but that's definitely something I'm hearing. And again, if none of this is resonating, then this is definitely not your message. This is very specific to someone who is struggling right now between career options, or between like trying to figure out if they're actually really happy with the career path they have chosen. And I don't want to confuse any of you either. So this is really trust your intuition on this one. But like if you have this dream career that you've always wanted to go after, I feel like there's more potential for you in your career, but you hold yourself back a little bit. It's very interesting. Okay, what does pile number 4 need to embrace more of? Reconciliation. There's someone you're needing to reconcile with. I feel like you guys feel like there's someone in your life right now that maybe you are on rocky terms with, and your soul is really wanting to reconcile. And also finding, okay, so this is also about finding yourself. You know what I see with this as well? It's you coming back to you is also what I'm feeling. So for some of you, you have felt lost, confused, powerless, not sure of who you really are. You were kind of putting yourself into different boxes, right? Like I'm seeing this vision of someone who went to school, was taught they have to go to college, they have to get an education that brings them security, that, you know, makes them financially stable, and all of these things that you might have followed a path that was told you were meant to follow, rather than actually listening to what it is you really wanted. So you went and you got that degree, or you went and you like got that job that somebody wanted you to get, or you did all of the steps that society wanted you to do, and now you find yourself feeling unfulfilled because you followed what was supposed to bring you stability, what was supposed to bring you security, financial security, made you look good in the eyes of society. But now you're finding that maybe it's not actually what you thought it would be. Maybe it's not what you really wanted after all. Maybe you were just chasing the money. Maybe you were just chasing, you know, the security, whatever this is. Because maybe, you know, childhood was rough. Maybe you saw your family struggle financially. Maybe there was struggles in your family. And so you thought that you had to make, you know, a good living for yourself by getting that degree, by going to a traditional job or whatever it is, putting yourself in this box and really limiting yourself to the potential of what you can be. And now I feel like in 2023 you're really finding yourself again. You were never lost. Let me let you know a little bit of that. You're just remembering who you are. You're cutting the cord. You're letting go of everything that people told you to be, and you're now stepping into who you know you are, who you are meant to be. You're remembering who you are, okay? That's what I really feel with this. And now for some of you, you could be reconciling with someone, maybe your family, in some way, or, you know, a relative, a sister, maybe a soul family, a friend, a co-worker, whatever this is. But I also really am hearing that you're finding yourself again, and you're no longer limiting yourself when it comes to your career. Because you may have put a lot of limits when it comes to your career, and you maybe had a lot of limiting beliefs about why you had to pick certain career paths and why you couldn't, you know, do X, Y, and Z, because you had to stay very traditional. And maybe you're breaking free from the traditional way of thinking a little bit and tapping more into what it is you enjoy doing. But let's get additional messages on this for you, pile number 4. What does pile number 4 need to embrace more of? Whoa, gosh, I'm really hating the cards just flying. Music, interesting. So music, for some of you, maybe you have musical gifts and talents that you didn't even realize you had. But others of you, you really connect a lot with music, and music brings in a lot of healing, like sound healing. It also can sometimes bring in like intuitive downloads and insights, like you hear a lyric and it really hits you. So listen to more music. And spirituality, yeah, embracing your spirituality a lot more too. Some of you are meant to have a very spiritual career, I feel like, as well. And what I mean by a spiritual career is like, you have a lot of healing abilities, you're very empathetic, you have a very strong intuition. You could be a spiritual guide for people. You could help people see lessons in tough situations and help them find, you know, transmute their darkness into light. You could help people heal their heart. You could do energy healing. You could be I'm thinking like herbalist, holistic healing, things like that. Tarot reading, astrology. These are all different options and routes. But I also do feel like you have this gift of healing, helping people heal in some way. Connecting with your spirituality more, though, is so important at this time, as I feel like you're going to find it very healing. You have a lot of spiritual gifts, pile number 4. But what else do you need to surrender? Let's see. This pile number 4 needs to surrender. Surrender fear. This is everybody. A lot of people are going through this right now because this came up in almost every pile. You have fears that you need to let go of. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. You may have fears surrounding going after what you truly want to go after when it comes to your career. You may have fears of the unknown, which is why you don't tap into your spirituality more. Maybe you're afraid of, doing your own tarot reading. Maybe you're afraid of connecting with the spiritual realm. There's a lot of fears that you're needing to let go of in order to really embrace your authenticity, I feel like. You're also afraid of judgment, fear of failure, fear of lack of resources, fear of lack of money, right? Negative money mindsets, things like that could be holding you back. And then we also have surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what you do or what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Again, it's so important to listen to your intuition. Don't let other people tell you how to live your life. Don't let other people tell you what's right and what's wrong. Only you know what is right for you and what is wrong for you and what feels right for you. And honestly, I don't even believe that there's wrong choices that we can make. I feel like every choice we make was a choice we were meant to make. And if it doesn't work out, it's because we were meant to learn a lesson, and it helps us figure out what we are meant to do, right? So it redirects us. So surrender to just trusting that every choice you make is leading you to where you're meant to be. That is so important. And honestly, it's hard. It's hard to trust ourselves, especially when we live in a society that has, really conditioned us not to trust ourselves, to really conditioned us to rely on other people, rely on authority figures and all of these other things to tell us how we should be living our life. And it's no, you should be living life for you and how you think it's best. Only you know what is best for you. So really tune into that energy, okay? All right, now I'm going to use the Oracle deck that you were drawn towards. It's hard to shuffle. All right, messages for pile number 4, please, Spirit. One more. Kind of bumped out, so we'll just take it. So we have movement and we have the universe, okay? So yeah, I also feel like you're needing to move, like move your body more. As you move yourself more, you're able to like release stored energy, and it actually gets you connected with your intuition more. But what I want to do is I'm actually going to read from the guidebook, because I love these cards, but I also feel like they're not as intuitive as I like cards to be. So I'm going to read from the guidebook. So for movement, it says physical movement can quick start major shifts in our internal and external worlds. While this movement can take any form, keep in mind that the type of movement we do can invite in the emotions and experiences associated with it. Intense and vigorous movement can help us access our motivation, power, and fire. Slow and methodical movements can help us tap into our deeper feelings, and is especially helpful in releasing, healing, and deeper work. When we move our body, we are allowing any stuck or stagnant energies within us to flow, bringing space for the new. What type of movement do you need? How can you incorporate it into your day more? Okay, so you really have to get moving more. That's really important. And I'm just going to talk about the snake that's on this card. It says, just about every culture in the world has feared and revered the snake. They have become a powerful symbol of rebirth and transformation due to the shedding of their skin. But there is so much to learn about the snake, especially from how it slithers. It has taken science a long time to understand how a snake moves, and moves fast without legs. Initially, it was thought that they used their immediate environment to propel themselves forward, an example, pushing off of rocks. But eventually, it was revealed that they use their scales to create friction with the Earth's surface. And that friction, combined with contracting their powerful muscles, pushes them forward. We can call on snake as a teacher for using the friction in our life as an opportunity for movement forward. Okay, I love that analogy. So a lot of you are actually shedding the old at this time. Something has crumbled, something was released, and you're making room for new. All right, and then the last one, the universe, which just somewhere in this book. Figure out where. 114. Okay. This card asks you to fully trust that there is a plan for you and that you have the support of the unseen. There are forces at play much larger than you can imagine. Surrender to that which you cannot control and trust in the idea that spirit is always orchestrating what is most needed. This card may come at a time when a cycle or trial is also coming to a close. Phrase any what if questions in a positive way. What if this is going to be okay? What if this is exactly as it should be? Sometimes we become paralyzed in the practical world because we are waiting for spirit to show us the way. However, the universe co-creates with us. We must be empowered as humans in this dense reality to show up for what we want and trust that spirit will do the same. If you are someone who is always asking for signs, try to take a break from that and trust yourself as well. This is all about self-trust, trusting that the universe has your back through any challenges that you are facing, especially if you want to make a career change or if there are changes at home that are affecting your career, whatever it may be, just trust, surrender to trust, surrender your fears, and allow this rebirth transformation to take place, because you are being redirected to what is meant for you. All right, now I'm just going to get some additional crystal messages and tea leaf and additional messages from the cauldron to end this reading for you, pile number 4. All right, we have loosen your grip. Yes, let go of control, right? Let go of trying to control the outcome, let go of trying to control the people around you, and just go with the flow more. That's so important. And we also have see the magic. See the magic in the world around you. See the magic in yourself. See the magic in the challenges, okay? See the opportunity for growth. That's what I'm really hearing. But tap into your magic more. Have more fun. Allow yourself to flow more. Don't be so, uptight about things. What is happening for pile number 4? Okay. So we have lighthearted, carefree time is coming your way. We have use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Yes, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Also, we have advice from a friend. So you may be getting advice from a friend. We have someone new is entering your life. Wow. This new person could be a younger woman. Dealings or relationships with a younger woman. Very interesting. Or that could be your friend. And then we also have get back to the basics. Love that. All right, and additional messages from the cauldron for pile number 4. Okay. We have compassion. Yes, so keep spreading your compassion. Be more compassionate with yourself as well, especially if you're going through difficult times. We have listen to your intuition again, so it's so important to listen to your intuition. We have boy showing up, so there could be a boy in your life that is significant at this time. We also have higher perspective, seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing life's challenges from a higher perspective and learning from it, right? We also have tarot readers, so some of you, maybe your career that you're wanting to do is tarot reading. So that could just be an indication that that is possible for you, or you're connecting with a tarot reader more. Pay attention to the red flags is also what I'm hearing as well with this card. Red flags. Again, listen to your intuition. And then we have expansion. So you are expanding within your home, your family, your career. There's an expansion of self happening. You just have to really surrender to the changes that are needing to be made. So pile number 4, I really hope this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. I am sending you so much love. Until next time.